everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are back with this a joyful creation here, the Daft Engine 1200. It has been a week since we put in the acetone and ATF, and she still is solid. It has done nothing that we can get with the bars. 2 bars makes no odds to it. So, teleporters outside. Now I do not have a bar, but I'm going to get a short leash, put on the front of the tractor. I'll be pushing in the bull bar then as well. And we're just going to start pushing her forward and back, put her into the high gear, not the low gear this time. Yes, I know, I was wrong. Have to clear a few bits off it. Stick her into third high, and we're going to see can we rock that engine forward and back and see will she unstick. Doing with the bars, like I said the last time, like this, is a direct pull on pistons and that. But doing it through rocking it through the tires in the highest gear, you get the laws of physics and differentials and gearings and all that fun stuff, and torque, but more power in the motion into the engine. Only problem being, if we put too much into it, we could do harm inside. So it's a fine line to walk. We get everything moved. We're going to start rocking this all night long. A few tunes in the air by myself, and we'll see. The only thing is, it's a bit miserable outside. It's wet, windy. And also, today's video is sponsored by Conity. Conity sponsors all our workshop videos. John Conity for all your new bits and bobs and old tractor bits. And just go on the website there. You'll find all sorts. Another news on Main Fleet, we have this spanking brand new radiator slice here for the 7618 because it has been giving us grief for the last while, overheating and overheating and overheating. And we have done water pumps, we've done thermostats, we've done quite a bit of stuff. The last thing we done was take out the radiator that was in it, and we gave it as good a clean as we could. It was quite gunged up. In the heel of the hunt, put back, and she's still at it. That was bad as it was, we reckon just the radiator's just gone past it. So we've got a new radiator there off Conity to go into it. Anyways, let's clean up and we'll get rocking her. So I'm expecting this to work. New. Wheels are actually turning. She's not pushing backwards. I think I'm going to have to consult Father Phil on this one. But anyways, what I actually was going to say when this was actually not moving, which was what I thought I was going to do, not also having much luck with engines at the minute, this one, and the 3690 with Lee, because there's been more found wrong. They were testing one of the heads, and the head has gone porous, it is leaking. So yeah, I'm going to get Father Phil and see what he says. Stem tires were moving, or am I just gone mad? I'm going to get Father Phil to come have a look. Woken Father Phil from his slumber, so let's see what he thinks. What's right? The multi-power is slipping. So I can't pull it this way to the rocking engine. No. So that's why she's spinning the wheels but not putting the power through. Back to square one again. So that means the only way of actually putting a pull on the engine is with the bars, so we can't use the tractor itself to...
No, you could bust the gearbox if it wasn't locking up, but she won't go back for you, so
yeah.
It slip forward but it won't.
Slip back.
Slip back, but I'll pay what gear I do in a good high gear.
Third high.
Yeah, that should be alright.
So
take them off. Both sides.
Right.
And I'll warm them up tomorrow with the gas. With the blow lamps.
That's in at the push rods, is it?
It's in at the push rods, but it should also be able to warm in the block beside the beside the yokes.
The cylinders.
Yeah. Take them off. Be careful now, don't break them.
Yeah.
Just ran them in. We'll get a look in there and we might be able to get the block warmed.
And that might break the seal. And feeling that?
Head off, sump off.
Fun.
Yeah.
Fun. Right, I'll go strip that down. Have rings right round to take off. That is actually connected there. So that'll let us into the cylinders, or in beside the cylinders, the push rods are in there which work the valves up on top. For exhaust and inlet, So I have all these soaked. I've been soaking every bowl around this place, expecting to have to rip it, hoping not. So I have a 13. I have a power tool, which power tool and something like this could be dangerous, but I'm getting pretty sick of this tractor at this stage. So let's see if we can actually take it apart. So we've one side open in 5 seconds. It's a lot easier than what I was expecting. There's your push rods. So you have that's the cylinders behind that, cylinder behind that, a cylinder behind that. So push rods for exhaust and inlet on each cylinder. So we should be able to gas them to heat them up. My only thing would be putting a torch to that could be a problem, because put some highly flammable liquids down it. Well, maybe not in there, but just around it. And but anyways, I'll let Father Phil solve that one. So I said to put off time lapse because it turned out to be a lot easier than I was expecting, which that's a good thing. Here's the air breather for the engine. I hope I am right in that. I'm pretty sure I'm right in that. So what that does is it lets the engine breathe. So it stops the engine from building up gases or pressure. Lets it breathe. So that should get that off anyways. And then I get the power tool at that one. But yeah. So where's the thing? 13s, 15s, 17s, 24s, 27s. Always going missing. You gather up a heap of them and then someone goes off with them in the back of the Jeep. Never brings them back. Or puts them into a tractor. Never brings them back. And then you kind of wonder, where have all the 13s gone? And that's the air breather. And a filter on it. Let's peel this off now. It's a very satisfying sound when the gunk breaks off it. And like that, we are in again. There you have it. We have another bit stripped off. I'm feeling like this is going to end up being a full strip down. The likelihood of this running for the silage is getting less and less and less and less likely. So hopefully we'll get the other one, which we now have running, off the low loader and see will it actually dry. Next night, get Father Phil out here. We'll try and heat it. I'd be quite tempted, as some people have said, to pour hot oil into the cylinders, which would do the very same job. Maybe not the safest thing to do, but it might be safer than blowtorch on the side. Or, which was another suggestion, was fill it with boiling water through the port at the top, to fill the engine with boiling water to try and heat it up to see what it. Because what happens when you heat things up, it expands, and in that expansion it can break any seal or rust or that. If you have a stuck or seized pin, sometimes heating it up can do the job. And also cooling it with, I've actually seen Robert with it, stuff sprayed on a nut or that and freezes it and it contracts, and it can also do the same job. How good she looks. Oh, this engine is definitely letting it down. And just for everyone who says, why don't you just put back in a 6354 Perkins engine into it? The reason why is because this tractor was modified to accommodate the DAF DU825 engine. You can see here, you have a mark from here to there, and that's how much. So whatever that is, 8 inches, 10 inches, the chassis has been stretched to get the larger engine to fit into it. So if I were to put in a 6354 Perkins back into it, I'd have to cut out them bits, both sides and on the bonnet, because everything was modified to make it fit. And then also the engine mounts then were also modified on the front and back, possibly maybe the same, maybe not. The front definitely modified for it. And I could look for another 825 engine, which we may have to do, or we'll end up looking for bits for it. But yeah, fingers crossed heating this works. Father Phil has changed his mind. He has decided that no, we won't do that. You can start getting ready to take off the heads. So after I had that done, I was like, sure, feck it, I'll see about getting the exhaust manifold off it, which will be the harder one because it usually has more corrosion on it. And surprisingly, not only did I open up every one of them right round, although some of them did bring out the ends in them, but they're open. Not only did I open that, but I also got these ladines here open, which the ends of them, as if you can see there, are gone, totally rusted out, which I was very, very surprised at. But that just goes down to every time I've ever done anything with this, before I finished. That's what I was doing when I jumped off the tractor and done my ankle. How's the ankle? Sore. Been to a physio. Told him doing too much. But still there. But it is sore enough. I've been oiling up all the bolts. Everything I think might need to be opened, I've been at it. So it's left it now that everything is coming off nicely. So it's just time to take off the exhaust. So that open there, that'll climb up and take off the bracket up there, take off the exhaust manifold, go round. We got to take off the oil tank, take off the inlet manifold and all the stuff associated with that. We'll take off the rocker covers and then we go for the heads. And once we take off the heads, we'll be able to get in at the pistons, see what the liners are looking like. And I think Father Phil's idea is that he'll be able to knock the pistons back down. I think that's his plan. Anyways, that is the plan. We're going to the head. I just don't know what his plan is after that. We'll find some tools, put on some gloves. We'll go whip off these two manifolds. And we have the engine stripped, or the head stripped. So we have intake manifold off this side, the yoke that puts the water in through the head on this side, and we also then have the exhaust manifold cleared off this side. So she's starting to look bare, and obviously I'm here by myself. I've done it by myself. Feel like quite pleased in myself to have got this far. Next step is to take the head off. Head is in two sections, so it's two heads. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you say two heads, so one does three, one does three. So all I can see, two bolts this side, and then there is nuts then on the far side. Now I don't know whether I'll be able to lift these off by myself because I have lifted heads. I'm actually the only heads I've ever lifted is 6354 Perkins. This was what should be in this, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 nuts on this side to do. So 2 that side, 7 this side, and then I think it should just lift off, which will let us see directly into the pistons. So that is the valve for the intake. So they open and close to let in air into the intake for combustion in the cylinder. So the cylinder should run near enough flush with that line on the bottom of that there. We get a socket to fit that and we go whack them all off. All bolts, everything is off. The head's now ready to lift. But I'm not sure about how to lift it. I don't think I just wedge a chisel in and start banging it in, because I'm like 100% sure that's not how it's done. So I'm going to consult YouTube and see how to safely remove a head, because I haven't a clue. And like this on this, it's not, you know, I can't catch it and seem to give it a lift or get a bit of a wiggle out of it. From a quick YouTube and everything I can see, they all have the covers off because there could be bolts underneath it tying it down. So try to figure out how to open these. So I'm loosening up these laddies, and I think that's it. It seems a bit too easy. That's it. Rocker. I think you call these rocker covers. Has to be a rocker cover. There's a push rod up to the cam. Has to be. I can see more. A lot more. 6 more bolts holding on the head, and by the look of it, I have to actually take off this whole unit to be able to get them open. Because even if I was to open them, they don't have enough space to come out. So that is the push rod system. That's it. We have a push rod system. So based off the cam running in there, which is pushing the push rods here, which is rocking these up and down, and these are the valves then, and it's pushing open and closing them as it goes. You can see here, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, 1 up. That's strange. Close, 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 closed. 1 up and down, 1 up and down. Open these off, and then hopefully then I can get these, and then everything will lift off. We're getting there, slowly but surely. It is the next day. We're back at the 1200. Just came fished up that evening because it was getting a bit on the late side. And it's actually sunny now, but it's rain. So we're ready to start stripping off the rockers off it. But before we go any further, You're watching this today on Sunday, and I am doing this on a Sunday, so yeah, hot bun as per usual. But next week we'll be at the Ploughing Championships for the 3 days: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday's looking like it could be a bit wet. Wednesday and Thursday aren't looking too bad, but we were there Friday. Bring your wellies. So we bet Scottery as it is. And we will be there selling Hawaiian shirts. We will be on Egmont Agri stand with the horse box. Liv will be there selling the locker wares we have. Come say hello. Bring your Hawaiian shirt if you pre-order that. Liv will have some free stuff for you there. And hopefully the rain stays off. We are on stand 259, row 13, block number 2. We're near enough in the very centre of it, beside all the department stuff is like right opposite us. So yeah, we're more or less in the middle. You can't miss all the butterfly mowers and all the stuff Timmy has, because Egmont Agri has quite a big stand this year and some quite big implements on it. So we will be there all of next week. But before we go, I want to get this off, and I want to try and get the block off her, or the head off it, and see what them pistons are looking like. So we're ready to take the block off, or the head off, and I have it lifting. Just have a screwdriver under it here, sizing up what I'm going to do here now, and I've put back in studs both sides. I think a bit of twine, go between them, catch it on top, lift it up. Should do the job. It's just very hard to get a spot to actually hold it, to lift it, but I'll definitely have to get up on top of it to get lifted. But yeah, we are just about there. Push rods are coming out. Now the push rods are slightly bent, so I don't know whether that's something that will need to be seen too. Let me get this lifted off. It's not overly heavy, lift with one hand. Problem is getting down off here now, and as you can hear, it's letting it down to soften up the ground for the ploughing. It wasn't soft enough. We're done. That's one head off on the doof. Now we get ready for taking the head off again. Okay, these all seem to be straight, just that one bent one. That would probably affect the timing of the machine, because it'll be ever so slightly out. And up she comes. Get this off, and we'll leave this to the right hand side. And that way I know the front of the engine, repeat to myself, make sure this is in the video, everything to the front is on the left, everything to the back is on that side, opposites. That way hopefully I can't go too far wrong. Fairly good into them. So middle two cylinders are both nearly top dead center. The top dead center is where they're more or less flush with the top. Liners, a lot of gunk in that first one. First liner is pitted. I feel it's all rough. Second liner, a little bit, not just as bad. I rechecked them too. One seems nothing major on it. This one is pitted. So the liners are more or less all you can feel like the gritty pittedness from rust. So yeah, I will show you. I take off the gloves and I'll show you now. Cylinder, that's probably the worst cylinder. It's fairly pitted along the outside. That one isn't too bad. It's not the best. You can't really tell. You can see a lot of how scummy gunk on top. Now there's a bit of ATF. I put ATF on all of them when I was finished taking out the mixture, just to have it there, just to be soaking into it. Next one then is more the same, not as much gunk. That one is probably the best of them, and then that one is probably second worst. So okay, that's where it lies now. What does it mean? Now we can actually look in where we can see. At some point we are going to have to make a decision on what are we going to do, because we'll be getting to a point where, well, to pull it back, it's going to need all new gaskets. That's going to cost money. Now we'll be looking at the possibility of, well, them liners probably going to have to be replaced. You're replacing liners, then how much more do you replace? How much is that going to cost? And then versus that buying, if we cannot even find a DU825 DAF engine, whether you could just that one out, pull in another one. Now, would that have been the best option from the get-go? Maybe, but at the same time, I am very, very tough to myself because I have fully stripped that engine with absolutely no help or guidance from Father Phil. I think he's come in once or twice. Look, I went off again. So I might get him in there now just to have a look. He was on about maybe putting a block of timber to the pistons and giving them a whack and seeing will it free up that way, because my uncle, his brother, the father or my cousin who's doing the building, if that makes any sense, he also bought a machine from where we bought a few machines from where we bought these 1200s from, and he got a little Bristol track machine going by popping the cylinders, and that's where Father Phil said, oh, take the head off and we'll give that a go. The only thing that's really left to strip is we could take the front off it and we could take the sump off it, and after that I don't think you can really strip much more of the engine. You're down to the main block. But yeah, I'm very chuffed with myself that I've been able to do this. Never did I think I would be able to do this, but I have it done, and it's given me the confidence now that I'm kind of like, to get this sorted, I'm going to get that Zeher in. I'm going to just do it myself, because that Zeher was my uncle's Zeher that passed, and my Zeher now, so why not just go do it? Because it is seized from the same as this, but not from water been in it for as long, so maybe it mightn't be as bad, but we'll give it a go. I can always go to John Conte for all the bits I need for it, so I want to get this done and out. Last I want to see is this just getting rolled around the corner and forgot about, because there's enough yokes around here that I get forget about. Anyways, look, that's where it's at. I'm going to get Father Phil and see what he thinks, and maybe he'll go popping these, or maybe he'll won't bother come out to me. One or the other. Father Phil has joined us, and I didn't think Father Phil was that short now.
I want to pop four. We're sitting away.
That one is the worst. That one is the best.
The whole engine job. The drill, where's the drill?
Drill?
Where's my little drill?
For what?
Just get it for 1 minute.
So Father Phil is working the honing tool here to see whether the dirt that's on the inside is actual pitted rust or whether it's just dirt that's kind of stuck to it. Yeah, it's a WD-40 behind you. Problem is, if it's pitted with rust, it will not. Where's the WD-40? It'll eat the piston rings off it and it won't seal, and it won't really run. It'll just eat itself. But if it's like dirt and it kind of shines off, it'll be fine. But I'd say it's probably pitted. Be surprised if it's not.
Doesn't look great at the minute.
No. I'm playing with his honing tool.
Rust is gone.
So what's the verdict after a quick honing?
I think you're alright.
They're not pitted.
I don't think so.
Just dirt.
Yeah, I think you're okay. Get the sledge.
Sledge? Where's the sledge?
Last place I seen the sledge was it in a new shed on the floor beside the new wall.
Right, go back inside.
Back inside and get a block. I get a block when you were getting the sledge.
Right.
And anyway, soaking out that has to turn out of that.
Yeah, syringe.
Green
I have a syringe there.
Just do a nice tap. I hold my finger on it. And tap that one and tap that one. They're on a. These are nearly TDC and they're nearly fully down. Oh dear now. Fuck, she's stiff.
Father Phil is on the bar, I'm on the sledge, and we think we have it broke.
Don't break the fucking liner now.
We are most certainly, the piston is now going down. Yeah. So, we just gotta work it. But I think we could have it won.
Yeah, you're not getting the tip now wherever you went.
And it is official, she is unseized. So, Father Phil is putting in some ATF.
Just to lubricate the cylinders.
Oh, as you can see here on the bar, we have done full rotation now and we have it all moved. A little bit going, but she's all going now.
Well, she didn't give up the ghost easy now.
So you can see there, just put the bar in it just to show you. Oh, she's all moving. We have it unseized. There's nothing about that. So yeah.
Let's go down the water now.
That's her. Unseized. Happy days. Happy days. We get the 12 volt starter for it, or 24 volt.
Well, it's possibly a 24 volt.
Well, it is 24 because she was done in series.
But then it's a 24 volt starter. We'll try and put it down to 12 just to leave it easier for us.
Yeah. Or we get the starter redone on it so we can put the starter on and then turn it over.
Wash out
just
the sump.
turn it over, wash the sump, and then start to rebuild new gaskets and the liners.
Well, if you're happy enough with
a little bit of honing.
We'll do another bit of honing on them now. That was only a rough hone, just to get it that we can turn it over without doing damage.
But she's turning nice there. All I seen was just debris. There was just debris on it, and it's all come off now, and it seems quite nice with the honer. You know, if Father Phil wants to turn the heads over. The underside of the head.
That's what we'll do with that.
So
we'll do up them heads in house.
Right.
My brother has a we have skimming.
Yeah.
Skimming the heads, we have skimming.
So now,
gaskets.
Head gaskets. So anyone point me in the direction of where I can get head gasket kit?
You get head gaskets.
Oh yeah, probably will actually. I'll get in touch with Lee. DU8.
You need a top set gaskets.
Aye, and gaskets for them and gaskets for the inlets and outlets.
Oh yeah, but that comes
Manifolds.
with the headset.
Okay.
You want a headset.
Yeah.
So you want a head gasket and a headset. I think it comes separately. Normally the gasket, head gasket comes separate to the top head. That comes with the covers for the rocker covers and all that.
Anyways, we're going to leave it at that for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. The engine is now unseized. It's just a matter of starting the process of putting it back together. And with the ploughing and that coming up, don't think we'll have it for third cuts. It's looking like maybe Monday and Tuesday the week after the ploughing is dry, so we'll do third cut then. Even though it's going to be a mucking show anyways. But it won't be run for that. We'll have to get the other one off. But we may have it for rolling down the maze. At least if it's running, even you put a trailer on it once we get the running and that. Yeah. Anyways, look, hope you enjoyed today's video. She is unseized on the road to recovery, hopefully. And yeah, anyways.
You can give it up easy.
No. I think I got 3 videos out trying to unseize it.
You never told me to get that over.
No. Anyways, hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Wednesday and Sunday. That's it for me. Good luck.